Well, good morning. Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms, joining you from what you can probably tell is been a rainy West Tennessee today. I think we had some rain a couple of days ago, then rain again this morning. Thunderstorms moved through about an hour ago, so we took the opportunity, slept in for a few extra minutes. But anyway, do have a lot of stuff to do, even with it being Sunday. We'll get into that in just a minute. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, but let's go. Looks like, what's that, about a quarter-inch or so of rain this morning. I think we had 1 inch 2 days ago here. We didn't get quite as much at the other farm on Friday, but speaking on that, obviously we've got to get some grass on these slopes and hillsides where the arena was constructed, because the actual, I guess, construction of the arena is complete, with the exception of getting the fence around it, which is definitely now on the to-do list. We're probably going to have someone else do that, just because A, it'll look a lot better having a professional do it, and B, we just really don't have time. But unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably noticed that right now it's really hard to get much done in a timely fashion. Everybody in any industry right now, they're extremely backed up, at least in our part of the country. I don't know, maybe that's true elsewhere. If you live somewhere where there's not a lot of work and maybe you're looking for work, come to the Mid-South, come to West Tennessee. We can keep you busy. But anyway, you're gonna have to think about what we're gonna do as far as grass. Not gonna get much on that front done today. It's just very, very muddy. Get these cats fed and get to checking some other animals. Cows look to be in pretty good shape. We need to ride around and be sure, see all the rest of them. Yesterday was another one of our marathon Saturdays, with half the family leaving before daylight to go to a softball tournament. The other half of us leaving shortly after daylight to go to our rodeo. And us all meeting up together at a softball tournament. And after about 6 games and a 100-mile drive, we got home about 10:30 or so last night. So did not get much done around the farm yesterday, needless to say. We get all these ladies and their babies checked on. Still got a couple that are jumping cross fence, another spot we hadn't really fixed that well. And I don't know that they've got plenty of grass out here where they are, but grass is always greener. They're always wanting to be in a pasture that they aren't in. That's just a fact of having cattle. That's what they're gonna do. Yep, and there comes our rogue cow. She's been out here where she's not supposed to be. The real question is she the only one? The other day there were about, probably 8 or 10 in here. I just need to go over there and completely redo the corner where this fence kind of corners back in here with that pasture. But there's some grass out here, certainly enough to support one cow, but I'd said all along I wanted to wait till mid to late May, which it's mid-May. Today's May 15th exactly. Let's watch her. See, I just opened the gate, but she not even realizing it. She's just like, why use the gate when I can just do that? I mean, isn't that simple enough? So I don't even know that me fixing the fence back here is necessary when she's just gonna do that, which we'll walk over here. Fence is a little low right there in the spot. Obviously, she knows right where, and she knows that she can do that anytime she wants. But we could easily run another wire. That's probably what we should do. These really, really old posts, this ground's just kind of silted in, are obviously, yeah, those posts should be probably up to there. But other thing, the same gentleman who did the arena construction had them look at this, because obviously the water comes down through here and just it runs everywhere other than just through the pipe and into the ditch. And kind of like I had thought, they said, yeah, just really need to do a little bit of dirt work and whatnot, but need a bigger culvert or a bigger pipe. So they're gonna do that for us. He had to go to another job but gonna get that done for us sometime here in the next month or so. But yeah, grass is coming on out here. It's just we don't have, there's really not much fescue in here. A lot of warm season, a lot of Bermuda. We'll have some Dallas grass, some crabgrass and whatnot, but it's not a lot in here to really be grazed right now. So we did, as you'll see, a bit of rye, but we hadn't fertilized it, and so the rye is not, it's just all stem. There's really nothing of any significance to it. So anyway, we're gonna still hold them out here. With temperatures, we had several days in the 90s last week, and obviously we're gonna be facing more of that as time goes on this summer. This warm season will really start to pop, and it'll be ready for cows before long. I can't even remember what I said I dumped out of that gauge. At home, I have to go back and look, but was it a 1/4 inch or half? I can't remember, but it wasn't an inch, and we got over an inch here, which, Mother Nature has a way of all things equaling out. Earlier, I guess on Friday, we had only a 1/2 inch here, but it got an inch at home. So now we're back to pretty much everywhere's about even. But yeah, it just rained a little more here this morning. If that rain is a little bit hairy coming back through here to the woods into this middle pasture, and so if we can get them to halfway cooperate, probably can go ahead and move on up down here and into that next pasture, just because obviously we'll be done with them today. We've already made it back in here, but for subsequent days, there's going to be more rain in the forecast. Like there's another chance tonight, then we drop for a few days before it rains again, maybe next weekend, looking at the extended forecast. But we're blessed right now with, there's grass everywhere. Need to get in here and knock those seed heads back off all this fescue. Got a few broadleaf weeds in some spots that could be clipped back as well. But if I can go ahead and get them moved to that pasture, that's the biggest pasture. That's the best grass on the farm. Although, they could easily stay in here for a while longer. But it'll just make my mornings logistically a little easier getting in and out. Especially when it is a little wet. But right now, I don't know, we may not have any calves. One thing I was looking at, my brother and I are both discussing, I figure this farm can, support 65, 70 of these steers of this size, throughout the summer. But I think right now in this time of year, I could run 160. There was still plenty of grass in the pasture we rotated them out of a few days ago. There's more than enough where we are now, and then there's gonna be even more where we're going to, but it's later in that, kind of August, September, kind of that time frame when we get a little short. We are actually, wasn't sure until just a minute ago, I texted a guy, we're gonna go get some more steers this afternoon. We, with just 57 head right now, because we had gotten those heifers out of here, wanted to get a few more. I believe he has 8 or somewhere around there. We'll look at them if they're all kind of the type we want, that we'll add to this bunch. In addition to the 5 that my brother has of ours still at his place, which I don't know, he said something about he may want to keep those, which I'd be fine too. That'll put us at 65 with just those we're picking up today if we take them all. I wouldn't mind having just a few more, but at the same time, if we get really dry later on here in the next few months, you might be thankful not to have quite so many. I say that about us having 57 head. Heck, right now it looks like we have 0. Don't tend to panic, 'cause this pasture, more so than any of the other 2 big ones on this place, is very patchy. There's a lot of timber in here. There's like 2 acres of grass back there, like 6 or 7 back there. There's this here. There's 1,000 places they could be hanging out grazing, and you really can't see them all at once. But it's not typical for me to pull up and after 5 or 10 minutes still have not seen a single one. And with that 1 inch of rain that it dumped here, got a fly on there, probably 2.5 hours or so ago, I'll give you an example of our water drainage issue. So of course this holler, big hill there, ridge over here. Oh, well, looky there, right on cue. There they come. Boy, you couldn't have designed that any better. But the water, part of it comes through right here, Oh, not the direction I want it to go. Yeah, right now our drainage is going right under the gate. That is a problem, because the ditch where we really want all this water going is just right over in there. And so we're gonna have to get, I don't know, a dozer, maybe even dozer tractor. I think probably could do it with just a dozer, I hope. And you can get that water redirected. Here's Sadie coming. Yeah, we'll count these boys. They kind of cooperated, because it was nice that they were all down here, because we're going right through that gate now, along with all the water. Move them into this next pasture. We'll try to get a head count on them as we move through there. If we get all 57 of them moved, we'll shut the gate behind them. If not, we'll leave it open for a day or two until we can confirm that they're all in there. But it's gonna be the bulk of them anyway. If we just let this thing keep on washing, it won't be long before they'll be able to just walk right under there, back and forth into the next pasture. But yeah, got a little dirt work to do there at some point. All right, y'all go on through there single file so I can count y'all. Would y'all cooperate? Probably not quite to that extent, but we'll drive on through and they should follow us. I only counted 51. I don't know how many you may have been able to count. And obviously, why they did not come through their single file, kind of all as one bunch, we could have miscounted by 1 or 2, but we're 6 short, so we definitely didn't miss that many. So there's still a few in here somewhere, which has been kind of typical. We did see all 57 of them yesterday morning, but it was like, I think we had right at 47 that were up at the feed bunks, and we had 10 that were they were off back grazing by themselves, just content to not be part of the main herd, which that's the way it is. Yeah, that's the way it always is. It's a little bit frustrating, but yeah, as you can see, which they've all taken on off up the hill, which is fine. We're gonna check on the mineral feeder. I did bring a bag of mineral. We got 2 mineral feeders in this pasture because it's so big. We'll check if that one's empty. We'll go ahead and put this bag in that one. We'll put a bag in another one tomorrow. But you got pastures rotated at least for what, 90% or so of them. As you can see, more than enough grass. Yeah, the fescue has really headed out. Needs to be clipped off to get those seed heads off there. Be better for their eyes. It's better for just the plant growth too. But clover, of course, the white is still doing its thing. But this is when the red is going to really start to shine. Seems like it'll hang in there and do better as things heat up as compared to the white. But yeah, we're going to drive on over to the next ridge where we got the feed bunks, put out a little feed for them. They want to come up and eat, good. If they don't, that's fine too. They'll get to it. But yeah, kind of maybe, I don't know, I have lots of favorite times of the year, but right now when the grass is just really booming, doing great, they're out here grazing, doing their thing. It's hard for this not to be one of the favorite times of the year. So sun's shining now. It's Sunday. God is good. We've been blessed. So they're all settled in here around the bunks, except for the ones that are content just to graze, and I don't blame them. They're like, man, we've had plenty of grass everywhere we've been, but this is fresh grass. But yeah, got a lot of rye in here too, right around these feed bunks. Clover, man, if you could just keep grass like this year round, whew, what wouldn't there be to love about that? I don't know, but we're gonna get headed on back up the road. Like I say, it is Sunday. It's about 9 o'clock. Get home, get cleaned up, hang out with the family, get to church. And then yeah, we're gonna go pick up those calves this afternoon. Add a few more to this bunch. We probably won't add them directly into this bunch. We'll probably take them to the other end, put them up there where the working pens and all are. I think they have already had everything they need. We'll double check on the vaccines and whatnot. There's one nice thing about buying them directly off somebody else is you'll know everything about them, unlike a lot of times when you buy through a sale barn. But still, we'll keep them isolated for a week or two just to be sure no issues at all. They'll be over there with the pen if we do need to run them through the chute for any reason. But anyway, it's done gotten warm. You know, it started out, it was still cloudy. Those storms just gone through. I didn't have my sunglasses. I'm wishing I had those. Yeah, it was in the 60s early. I was like, man, it's nice. I think we're supposed to get up in the high, upper 80s today, so it's gonna get plenty warm, plenty fast enough. All right, fast forward to the afternoon, and we did go and pick up those 8 steers. So we got this one here. There's something going on with that ear. I actually had him in the chute, took a feel of it. I don't think it's anything. It's gonna be a problem. Had him in the chute when we were there looking at them. They were running through deworming on one last time, but 8 head, averaged 650. So they should fit in, match up just about perfect with those that we bought, what, 6 weeks or so ago that were about 60 pounds lighter. So anyway, fairly good looking bunch, all black or black white face, all Arctic steers. Again, being able to buy them like that, I haven't been for a sale barn. We know exactly what vaccines they've had, deworming, all that sort of thing. We are going to keep them on this end of the farm for a few days, maybe even a week or two. Heck, might even leave them here separated until we move those other calves all the way back down here to them, which that could be a month or so. Yep, 8 of them right there. Hopefully they don't all run down there and find a spot to jump the fence. Kind of joke about that, but hey, something like that is always a possibility. A little cough or two, hopefully that won't turn into anything. But as you can see, I actually ran through just a little bit of rain and just heard on the radio that we are under a severe thunderstorm watch. Not a warning yet, but a watch, but potential even for some hail. So stick around, this could get interesting. But it's already, it's about 4:30. We've got several more things to do, so we're gonna leave him alone. We'll check on him again in the morning. We're gonna head back towards the house. Made it back home. We get the trailer and hook. Then we're gonna go ahead and load up feed for tomorrow morning. We're gonna have one extra stop just with the calves being on either end of that farm. So we already have that much done. Being a Monday, we're naturally, you know, kind of running behind sometimes. We'll get that done and then do a couple more chores. It's like our cow that we ran out of the pasture. I guess that would have been the last video where she was, or maybe that was earlier today. Heck, I can't even remember. They're back down there. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be in that pasture or that pasture. They should be down here in this part of the bottom. There's 2 of them. So we may do a quick little bit of, I don't know what you'd call it, rogue, stray cow wrangling, whatever. I don't know if I had the camera rolling, but surely you can hear that maybe over the truck running there. But yeah, pretty nice clap of thunder there. We better hurry up. I got all that loaded up. I got a bag of mineral for in the morning. Looking at the radar, looks like a lot of that's gonna go north of us. Maybe some back across the river there behind it. It gets to us at some point, but I think I got time to go wrangle those cows. Famous last words. If we're getting wet here in about 5 minutes, you can say I told you so. We actually have several out here where they're not supposed to be, and it just makes me mad that they won't cooperate and do right. Y'all gone. Y'all gone. Y'all gone. Y'all get out of here. I don't know. These may have all been in here this morning because I didn't check over the ridge and whatnot. But it just makes me madder than it probably should that they won't just cooperate. Like they've got all the grass they can want where they are. They just think that it's better elsewhere, which they don't understand. understand the whole idea of rotational grazing. Like, hey, I need y'all to stay there for just a little longer. Let this get out in front of you a little more. Then you can come in here and graze for a couple of weeks. Y'all get? Go on, y'all. This is probably not gonna work. They're not gonna drive where we want them to go worth a darn. But we're gonna give it a try. Y'all go. We'll see. I might be wasting my time. By the time we get this done, we may very well be getting in the middle of a severe thunderstorm. But see if we get the first few to go. Ease that way, and then we'll get these. These are some of our new heifers. Well, the Hereford's not, but the black ones over there are. Y'all go on. Y'all go on. Got the bulk of them to cooperate. These three can't seem to find the gate. Y'all get. Ha! Go on, 13. Go on, 13. She's not a very good cow either. That is her calf right there. It's gonna be one of the smaller calves we wean. So, again, not gonna need any extra excuse to get rid of her. There we go, geniuses. No, baby, you gotta follow them. Okay, so got them out of here. There's the first raindrop hitting me. There it comes. We may have to be content with just getting them that far for now. Yeah, we about to get wet. Don't know what the issue was with the GoPro. The battery's still at like 50%, but it wouldn't come on. But I actually got all them where they needed to be. So we're in good shape now. Got them out of the bottom. You can see looking pretty wicked back off through there, but a little clearer more to the west and south. So yeah, like the radar showed, looks like most of it's going north of us. But hey, that worked out better than it could have. So yeah, and again, grass. Probably more grass out here, honestly, than in that other pasture. So I don't know what their deal is. Yeah, it looks like these two boys are both fighting over the same girl. Seeing if they can make some magic happen this afternoon. But number 31 will write down that number, because again, we'll know when to possibly expect her to calve. Yeah, you can really appreciate some of these storm clouds now. But I've got some things to do this afternoon. Still, it's 5 o'clock now. I'm gonna go try to get that done. Appreciate y'all watching. Keep on watching. We got a bunch of stuff to do coming up as usual. Gonna get some pastures clipped, even out here where there's not as much. Just get these seed heads knocked off this fescue. Definitely need to do that at the other farm. Gonna get over here on the other place that we've got rented. It's got a bunch of broadleaf weeds we want to clip down too. I guess the main thing we do need to do with those steers we just bought is get one of our tags in their ear. They've been vaccinated, dewormed, everything else should be good to go. Really just need to keep a close eye on them before we join them up with the rest of the herd. But yeah, as always, lots and lots of stuff going on. Gonna hopefully be getting in the hay field here before too long, get some hay cut, baled up, of course getting ready, prepared for this coming winter. We're always preparing for what's ahead. But anyway, I'm babbling on like I tend to do. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all remember, eat beef and God bless.